You better turn up. You better be there when I shake. Watch me rocking if I can't stop. If I should fall, just go ahead. Go and catch me, baby.
I'm not sure if it was a good decision for us to come today. Now we're like, maybe we should just go with the bigger battery and get it now. I think it's like that FOMO kicking in, and we're just like, oh, this is awesome. I want it right now. But I mean, they're gorgeous. They're amazing. We're here today at Tesla. One of our viewers, Matt, invited us to join his family on his big days, getting his Model 3 delivered. So we're here taking a look, and we are trying to decide ourselves still on what color we should get. So it's really fun to see the silver, because this is one of the colors we keep kind of going back and forth on, and it looks good. It looks really good in person. So we're with Matt, who is a current Model S owner, and he is going to be taking delivery of his Model 3 today.
Yep.
And you're trading your S in.
Yep.
Matt, are you ready to part with your S? How long have you had it?
Yeah, I've had this brand new 2013 September.
Wow.
And it was the greatest car. I'd never had such a nice car. I'd had other really nice cars, but this was just a leap in a whole different direction. I had a 750 BMW, really, really beautiful car, and I got a Nissan Leaf. And I liked electric so much that I actually sold my 750 and kept the Leaf. And then I said, well, the Leaf is really nice. It's a cute little car, but it's just a cute little car. If I want to have something nicer, a little more serious or whatever. So then I got this, and it was just a dream. Yeah. And the neat thing about it is, what I always say is, I've had cars, and after about 6 months, you kind of get used to the car. Like I had a BMW Z3 when they first came out, and it was super cool and all this stuff. But after a few months, you just get used to the buttons and whatnot. 4 years later, I still get in this car, and I come back from a trip from the airport. I get in the car, I'm like, this thing is awesome. Yeah. I mean, I've never had a car where I wasn't sick of it after 4 years. Like, I'm like ready to move on. Yeah. I'm not even ready to move on from this. I'm just sort of hesitant because it's been such a great car and so fun and exhilarating. So
we just counted 30 Model 3s out here on the lot. That's not even counting what they probably have inside right now for the people taking delivery right now. That's a lot. It's cool. It's cool to see that they're actually here now, and people are seeing them all over in the wild, and it's just really exciting. There's so much hype about the Model 3 right now, and that's a whole nother topic, because people are always asking us, the Model S and the Model X are the superior cars. Why does everybody care so much about the Model 3? And I think it all comes down to this. It's really economies of scale. They're taking these expensive cars and they're making them affordable, and people are getting them everywhere now, and it's super exciting to see this happen. So that's why I think we're all so excited about the Model 3.
So as you know, your Model 3, the main key is going to be your phone, but we do give you guys 2 key cards with the car for valet, or if your phone has been misplaced or is out of battery. Okay. So when you're using the key cards, right now the vehicle's unlocked, but if it weren't, you would just tap it up against the middle area on the B-pillar.
Well, it's good. It's plastic. I was worried it's going to be like steel or something.
Yeah.
So that's good. So it's like a light little credit card.
Yeah. It's not too heavy or ungainly. So you just tap it up against the center area there.
And I actually have not. Oh, it's really lightweight.
It's really lightweight.
So it's definitely lighter than a credit card, about the same size as a credit card. Very thin.
Seems like thinner than a credit card.
I would say it's probably thinner.
It doesn't seem like it's going to be a burden.
So do you think that you'll carry it still with you, or will you just use your phone?
I mean, I never really lose my phone or whatever, but of course, the one time I do, I wouldn't have that, so it's like, I'm going to carry it for sure.
See, my issue would be I keep which is not necessarily a good thing, I keep all my cards in my phone. So it'd be like,
so you're gonna lose both at once.
I would just lose both, and I always lose my phone. So I'm kind of like worried about how this is gonna play.
Because there's no engine up front, and because Model 3 is unapologetically an electric car, unlike Model S, which kind of had to have some concessions when it first came out, is the hood is incredibly like slanted downward, like you might have on like a rear engine car. And it's just a really beautiful design cue, and it's really good for its wind resistance and reduces drag. So you have that really steep hood,
Yeah, you can't see the front.
which completely disappears.
Yeah.
So it's like you're driving around and you're just seeing everything in front of you,
yeah.
rather than have a big hood kind of block up. So we're gonna do phone key.
So this is our little delivery checklist, and we're going to give Matt a copy of it. And it's just things to look for when you're taking delivery. So this is
Check it
for
out.
you. You can see if you've hit.
All 4 valve stem covers. Kim, I don't think you can fit inside this one.
No, I don't think I'll fit.
Or if you can, I'll be really impressed.
You could maybe put like a little grocery bag or something on the
Yeah.
side.
I think
all
I
your
could
charging
actually.
cables.
I think I could actually put a carry-on bag in here.
Probably. Yeah.
because I think
so.
it flares up a little bit.
Put like.
Press it in with one hand, grab it with the other.
I didn't expect it to like jump like that. When you did it, it looked so graceful. And then I did it, I'm like, ah!
Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It's
so you
easiest
just-
with your left hand.
Okay,
on
that's
the
why,
driver's
with
side,
the
yeah.
left hand. Okay, so it's more of a, and then a, okay.
Yeah.
But you can just kind of push it and it sort of pops out. Sort of.
Well, yeah, if you just hit
Yeah.
that, it popped out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
so
that
then
and
you
it
could
pops
adjust
out when
that.
you do that.
Okay.
Yeah, if you wanted to use like a thumb,
Yeah.
you could just kind of like, and then do one of those numbers too.
So he did it under. He did the hand
That's why it looks better.
under. Okay, that's
Yeah.
probably because I was trying to do that too, and I was like
Yeah.
trying to turn my hand.
I was so glad they left these spinners. I was afraid that they were going to do buttons, like convert it to a button. I'm like, I love the spinner. I was like, Elon, please don't get rid of the spinner.
Yeah,
And I hate all other cars because a lot of them have the radio on this side.
And then
I'm
so-
like, well, your hand, you got your right hand to adjust here. You need one on your left, and so
Yeah.
they left it on the left. I'm like, so they designed it so well.
Yeah, very, very kind of form follows function. Very,
Yeah.
very intuitive use of the dials there. Yeah. You have your key card. The vehicle's unlocked. You tap it here. That's the specific area the key card has to be if you're using the key card to turn on your car.
Truth.
Never,
Here we go. Let's see that.
never bought a car. Well, I guess I did with the Model S, but I bought a car without even test driving
Yeah.
it.
Well,
so.
today is the first time you've ever seen it.
It's the first time I've seen it or driven it, so
Were you a March 31st reservation holder from first day?
yeah, I did it on the day of,
Okay.
and then of course having a Tesla, I got a little bit of priority there, I guess.
Yeah.
So so anyway, the blinkers are the non-stay blinkers.
Allie's sad. She misses.
Is she?
Yes. She's very nostalgic. She loves. It's hard for her to say.
Aw.
I know. It's hard.
I know once you get a car for a while, there's an attachment that happens.
God.
It's so
And
funny.
then-
Actually, for me, I've been excited about every car I've ever gotten rid. So I'm selling this on because I'm moving on to something better. This is probably the first time I've ever gotten rid of a car, and I was like, I really didn't want to get rid of that.
Yeah.
Well, I
'Cause
told you
I-
I didn't want you to get rid of it. You said
Well, the only reason why I would be willing to get rid of it is there's so much new technology that even if I really didn't like this car for some reason, which I won't, but I would just go and get another Model S with all the trimmings, all the stuff that, the 100D and all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, with any luck, like I said earlier, this will hold me through until I can get a Roadster too.
Nice.
with any luck. So it feels good. It definitely feels a little more snug,
Yeah.
but not much. I just love that this actually finally has a center console area.
You missed out on that one on the first generation S, huh?
Yeah, no center console, no, openable, whatever you call this little storage area. So yeah, I'm so glad they actually have door holders now or door pockets now.
Because you had a P85, right?
Yeah.
So you had performed. Do you know what the 0 to 60 was on that?
Mine was 0 to 60 in 4.2 was the
4.2,
official
okay.
rating from Tesla at the time.
Yeah.
And it still feels Tesla zippy. I haven't had, like you said, a chance to floor it. So
That's pretty zippy.
yeah, I mean it's still there for sure. This is great. I mean, I guess the official ranking on this, I think, is 5.1.
It is, but I've seen
seconds.
people clock it themselves and get it down to 4.6, I think, as low as 4.6.
Yeah, that was the only slightly discouraging thing to think about with going with the Model 3 versus the Model S, is I was going down in performance, and this still feels extremely zippy. I mean, it might not, you know, sort of do the same amount of head, you know, pushing you back in your seat from 0 to 60, but it feels, you know, very nice, which is just makes it, you just feel safer when you're driving, that you can have that instant acceleration. So this feels great.
How does the regen compare to your P85?
Oh, that's a good question.
Are you feeling
It feels
aggressive
around the
or-
same.
Around the same, that's good.
Yeah, and the funny thing you asked about that, I actually love regen so much. I almost wish there was a higher setting I could put on here.
Yeah.
You know, they've got the two settings. They've got the, you know, the almost off,
Yeah.
and then they've got the normal. Yeah, I have to get used to nothing in front of me. No speedometer here. No, not yet. Oh, this is both lanes. Okay. Now I'm gonna. My Model S did not have autopilot, so this will be my first official time with autopilot. So I'll have to give that a try.
Yeah. The size, I know it's smaller. Does it feel smaller to you?
It does feel a little smaller. I like that it's thick, so it still feels, you know, kind of have that sporty feel to it. So yeah, overall it feels just fine. And like I said, the regen feels about the same. It's very close to the Model S. It just feels sort of shrunk a little bit, everything. So so I got a phone call there. That was easy to see. So what do you think, Donnie? Allie, how do you like it?
It's pretty cool.
Very, very
I
nice.
can't really.
Well, how does the back seat? You guys rode in the back seat a whole
feels
lot.
good. I mean,
Yeah.
it definitely is, you know,
Does it feel
Little
much different than the back seat of my last car?
a lot. It's just maybe just a
not much
little,
different.
maybe a little.
Well, here's
smaller.
one big thing that I
like
really
this.
like. You've got the armrest.
Armrest.
I
And a
couldn't
place to put
believe
my
that the
drink.
Model S does not have an armrest.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
So
And
the current generations don't, or is that just the first gen?
I don't think any. I've never
And they
seen
didn't do a
one with
drink
it.
holder, except for the
Yeah,
little
and no
strap in the
cup
bottom of the
holders.
floor,
Yeah.
which was I didn't.
I actually got the little cup holders that they had. They're just these like Jimmy rigged kind of things. They're from Tesla, but they were so inadequate, so poor that I actually returned them. They installed them, and I said, take them out. They're worthless.
Yeah.
Because they were not cheap. They were like $250 for two little straps that were supposed to hold a cup, and they just did a terrible job. But so I mean, you know, I love the car overall. Just a couple of those little refinements that they missed on some of the earlier ones.
Yeah.
And so I'm so glad to see that armrest in there. The blinker, I noticed, it doesn't have the go down and hold state like traditional blinkers, like the Model S, like your X probably. It has sort of that Ford, my son's Ford F-150 has it, where you pull the blinker down,
Okay.
but it goes right back into position.
Okay.
And so in order to turn it off, you have to put it back down in that position again. So now I think there's sort of a soft touch, so it'll just do the 3-second one.
Okay.
Yeah, it still has that. But
How
yeah,
about the
so
cabin noise? I just realized we're on the highway with rain.
it's
Cabin
very
noise,
quiet.
Yeah.
And the windshield wipers, if it's using that new version of the sensor, it's working great. In my Model S, I had a lot of trouble with the automatic. You know, granted, mine's 4 years old, a little over 4 years old, but I had a lot of problems. It didn't work very well at all for almost the whole time.
Pull the stock back twice to engage,
This one?
I believe. Yeah. Does that work?
No.
No.
Is it forward?
Did it work?
I don't want to break it.
No.
Doesn't
I
wanna-
felt. Obviously, it's not up and down.
Oh,
Oh,
wait.
there is a little autopilot
Yeah,
symbol down
I think
there.
it's the push.
Uh,
So it's not forward. It's not back.
Can you do a double tap down?
Oh, double tap down. That's probably what it is.
Autopilot feature is currently unavailable. Ah, look at that. So your camera just, I think you need to drive 25 or 30 miles is what People have reported. I totally forgot about that.
Really?
Yeah, so it's calibrating. Might have to do it tomorrow. Do you think the Model Y would be of interest to you?
Hugely.
Yeah?
Yeah, especially too with young drivers coming up, that would be a potential, might be a lot of car to get a kid, but at the same time, that, these are they're cars that, appeal to a broader range of people, and so that would be great. And I also, like I said earlier, I would really like to get electric pickup. So I'd love to have an electric pickup truck to go along with this.
Well, Elon confirmed that that's after Model Y, I believe.
Yeah.
Not counting Roadster.
Yeah. Putting yourself in the driver's seat, like, what would be better, a pickup or that? Because they have four-door cars everywhere, but they don't have any pickups.
Yeah.
So it's like, part of me would be like, I would almost do the pickup first, because you're not even in that category of car.
Yeah. This was the only reservation you put down, just for one right now?
I actually put down a reservation for two. So
Okay.
I backed my other reservation up for the, in waiting for the all-wheel drive version, and of course other options like maybe white interior or whatever little goodies they decide to make available. So
I gotta tell you, Matt, every car we've passed here off the highway, people's necks are turning as they spot their first Model 3.
Are they looking
How
at?
exciting!
Yeah, there was quite a few Model 3s in the parking lot, but there were I've not seen one in the wild yet. So this is the first one in the wild I've seen.
I'm sure your neighbors are gonna love coming over and checking it out.
Yeah,
This is gonna be fun.
excited. So
Awesome. Thanks so much again.
yeah, thank you. Enjoyed seeing you.
Notice that they have the same sort of effect on the windshield there, the UV protection, I believe, that gives it the rainbow effect that our X has when it's wet.
Yeah.
There we go, some aero right here.
So you can kind of compare right here. See what you like better.
I don't know, I think when you have the sidewall protection, increased range, better ride comfort, less maintenance and tires being swapped out.
And they actually look really good when you pop them off. It looks nice.
So you get
like
the
it's
best
up,
of both worlds.
Yeah, like it looks really good. It does not bother me, which I know some people hate the way it looks. It doesn't bother me, but I do think it looks really good when you pop it off. So I think that for sure I'll go with. I'll just leave it with that when we go to configure at least. You can see all the Model 3s out here right now in the rain.
There are a lot of them. How many are probably 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10?
There's more supercharging back
plus,
there.
Yeah. Isn't that cool?
Kim, right?
Yes.
I watch your blog all the time. I'm in the EV club here in town.
Oh, cool. Great.
So I thought, oh, I know who that is.
Yes. Yep. We have a friend taking delivery of their Model 3 today, so we're gonna come see it because I had never actually sat in one before. We were talking about if you go to a valet with this and you didn't want to use the valet, which sometimes you don't want to do with the Tesla, you could just say, "Oh, I forgot my card. I don't have my card with me," and they'll let you probably self-park it.
Oh, that's clever. I had never thought about that. Now, of course, the good thing is you can use another phone too.
Right.
So you could literally just borrow a friend's phone, load up the Tesla app, type in your password, and now you can use that as your phone. So
now I'm into the what color,
That's what we're trying to decide too. What are you leaning towards?
Well, I was originally looking at white, and then I liked the blue. Then my wife said, no, get the red. And so
Have you ordered yet?
I'm a reservation holder. I have
Okay.
not gotten my configuration email. I'm like one of the support group.
Okay.
The first day non-owner Tesla
All right,
owner.
but you have a Leaf. You have
Yeah.
a Leaf, so you have an electric car now.
Yeah, but
you don't. Yeah.
that's the second one.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
so we're waiting.
We're waiting, but just we want the small range, the cheaper.
Well, I've
Model
talked
3.
to a lot of existing Tesla owners, and they all say, well, we're waiting for the other car because we already have a long-range car.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
So
you need it. Exactly. In your case, that's what I would do exactly. But since we do this for all of our road trips, it just seemed like. And I want the white seats again. I love the white seats.
All right, white seats would just be a disaster in my lifestyle. It would just be dirty instantaneous.
We have a 3-year-old and
I
an
know you
almost
do.
6-year-old. So.
Like I said, I've watched your blog for however long it's been on.
I'm like a huge fan of the white seats, but I mean, they're all, actually I really like the black though in the Model 3. Like if I wasn't gonna do the white, I'd probably do the black. But I don't know. They all look nice. Like it all looks good. It all looks good. What do you think of the Aero wheels?
Well, I hate the wheel covers, but I like it when you take the wheel covers
Yeah.
off. And then I was looking this morning on Evanex.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yes, Evanex is the correct way.
And they've got these rim protector, or rash protector things with a red rim around it. And I went, oh, that looks pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was done with an Aero set of wheels. They had a picture of it with Aero set of wheels with the covers off. And they don't look that bad.
So that'd be a good option.
It's a good option.
What's nice is that they pop on and off, so if you did want to take it on a long
Oh yeah,
range
if you're
road
headed
trip,
for Savannah, pop the wheel
pop
covers
it
on
back
and go.
on.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great option functionality of them. So it's cool.
Well, I just thought I'd say hey,
No,
because
nice to meet you. I love talking Tesla.